What's going on? Now we're back with another episode of Mamudu's Reviews. I'm your host, Mamudu Kargbo, and I've just been watching some of my favorite shows. Let's get into it. Tonight, or today, or whenever you're watching this, it's Galaxy Express 999. We're on episode 3, and we have just left Crazy Planet, all these cyborgs that are fighting over each other in order to get to another place to buy a different type of body, and they're unhappy in their body. And we're back on the Express 999 going celestial. It starts off this episode where we're heading to Titan. And in Titan, I don't know what is there because it's a planetary show. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But Titan is next. And on the train, Tetsuro's getting a little bored. He's getting a little, he feels like he wants to escape. You know what I'm saying? Like he's feeling the ants in the pants and he wants to rant. You know what I'm saying? Like he just wants to take off up a ramp. I just wanted to make that rhyme. Maytel and Tetsuro are like, well, let's walk around the train. Anyone with a Galaxy Pass, you can see where the cookies are made, basically. Like, let's go check out the engine room. When they get there, they have like a futuristic door that just opens by itself. You know, like the one at the grocery store. You know, it seems magic, but it's really just making a way for you to get the best deals, best prices. Maytel and Tetsuro, they visit this engine room, and when they get there, they find that there's no engineer. In fact, this entire train is run on an advanced artificial intelligence. You know what I'm saying? And it's from thousands of years old of knowledge. Just imagine if your great 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 grandmother was in charge of the GPS running at 100 million miles per hour. Yeah, that about sums it up. When they see this, they're kind of impressed, but they're blown away by how vast the electronics are. And Tetsuro decides, this is too much for my brain. I need to eat. My blood sugar is low. This is really cool to watch, but if I don't get something to nibble on, we're going to have a problem. In order to avoid the hangry, they go to the cafe cart. And when they get there, there is this wonderful translucent waitress. And the light just glides off of her as she moves towards the table. And Tetsuro really likes her. They place an order with her, and then she walks away. Maytel asks Tetsuro, "Oh, do you like her?" And she's like, "Yeah, what's her body made of? It's like a translucent material." And I was like, "It's because she's trans. She's special. And we all have different bodies on this express." It's because she's glass. She's from a planet where she's made of an entirely different material. But she, like other characters, and we come to find out, wants a different body. What is it with everybody? You start off on your home planet and you're like, you know, I would look better as a vase. If my arm could be fine China, I think it'd be fire. You know what? I really can't do this flesh. Let's do liquid. I just don't get it. But everyone in this show is dreaming of a different body or a different existence or a different way of being for themselves. And we kind of echo some of the sentiments here today. So as she's walking away, she invites Tetsuro to walk with her, and then they start heading towards the tunnel. Now, the tunnel is a dark location in space. It's almost like a black hole. And in that black hole, you can possibly hallucinate, and hallucinations take physical form. So while walking, it was lit up, and all of a sudden it goes dark. Tetsuro looks around, asks a question, "Hello?" And then he sees light, and suddenly the warm, shining face of what looks like his mother. He runs up to her. He hugs her. "Oh my God, I'm so happy. I knew you didn't die. I knew they didn't kill." Then the fingers start to change when they're around him. It's not his mom. Some type of ghostly apparition figure has grabbed him and says, "I will take your soul and your life." And then knocks away his gun as he tries to protect himself. And then holds him up against the window of the train. As the lights are going past in the back, he's screaming, "Oh no!" And then finally, the glass waitress runs up quickly. In her mind, as she's running up, if I want to protect somebody with my real body one day, then I've got to be willing to protect them with this one. And she grabs the ghoulish figure, and then she shines her light inside so bright to a million pieces. I got excited, actually, that happened. I got excited. A bunch of things happened. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was watching that. I was like, oh my God, that's so exciting. But the translucent lady was hot, so I also got turned on. And then I immediately felt shame. Suddenly, screen goes black. And then you wake up. Tetsuro's awoken by Maytel. She shakes him awake and says, you were dreaming. What's happening? He says, I had this wild dream about this glass waitress, and she protected me from this ghoulish lady, and I thought my mom was here, and I'm glad my mom wasn't here. The way I felt about that glass lady was crazy. Maytel looks at him and says, it must have been a hallucination. It must have been. But here's the thing. In this part of the tunnel, in this part of the galaxy, hallucinations can take a physical form. And then all of a sudden, out of the window, you start seeing what looks like stardust, but they realize it's glass pieces broken up. It was her. Her name was Claire, the glass waitress, being cast amongst the stars and scattering by. Oh no, Claire! As they've already dealt with one dramatic roller coaster, here comes Titan. Oh my gosh. And you know what? Just before they landed on Titan, Maytel keeps checking her gun, just like Santa's list, checking it twice. She's not playing any games on this planet, Titan, for some reason. Tetsuro doesn't know why. He's brand new to this entire experience, so he's like, all right, cool. I'll check my gun too. I think I'm all set to go. So now they both get down to Titan. The minute they touch down on Titan, I mean, as they walk off the platform at the Amtrak station, I don't even think they left the train station. Dude runs up, bah, smacks Tetsuro on the back of the head, grabs Maytel, and runs off. And for some reason, even after all that gun checking, she didn't go pew pew. Not a bing, not a bang bang, not a prrr, none of that. She didn't let off anything. Bang bang, you know what I'm saying? Pew pew, you know what I'm saying? Phew. Not one. Tetsuro gets woken up by this old woman who was tending to the bump on his head. He's like, oh no, old woman, my friend Maytel was grabbed. Where do I go to deal with this? The old woman says, ooh, do you know who grabbed your friend? He's like, I think it was some dude in a green suit. I don't know, they dress kind of funny down here. But you know, I pulled up looking like I was an extra off of a Wild West movie. The old lady says, hey, unfortunately, around here, yeah, if they snagged her and she's a woman, they probably took her to Grape Valley. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Grape Valley? That sounds a lot like Bill Cosby Valley. Sounds a lot like Quaalude Road. He goes ahead and he gets prepared. He throws on his gunslinger thing with his big hat. And he's like, it's time to put in work. And the old woman says, yo, if you're going to go down there, take this gun. It was a family heirloom. I think we shot everyone in the family with it. So the spirits of us are with you, son. It was just a special gun that she said, if you're going to go, take this gun. You may need extra firepower. So he takes off. Tetsuro takes off to go straight to Grape Valley. Thank God that the writers and animators named it Grape Valley. And he realizes he's going to have to navigate some rough patterns. And then he jumps in the water and has a boat. There's a river for a portion of it. And then he finds in the river Maytel's clothes. Oh, Grape Valley. How Bill Cosby of you. Tetsuro has to hide behind some reeds while he finds the first guy who says, I think I saw someone on the water. He pops out, catches him with a quick laser bolt. The man falls over and splashes into the water. What happens is he goes a little further and he sees body. Uh-oh, where's Maytel? On the embankment, wet, half-dressed, tired, with her gun in her hand. Finally? You gonna tell me you did all of that John Wick action? We didn't even get to see any of it? Very disappointed, Maytel. I'm proud you did it. Very disappointed there wasn't even video. You didn't even let us know it was happening by going, pew pew, world star, like something. The important thing is she's safe, right? She realizes it's a bad place. She really hates Titan. And Tetsuro now gets the idea about Titan, and he doesn't want to be there as well. So they both take off. Now as they head back to the train, they've got a newfound sense of appreciating staying in a safe environment. And Tetsuro, as he speaks to the conductor, they're like, we have another 20 hours we're going to be waiting. He's like, I'll go read a book. You know what I'm saying? Because being outside means I'm going to have to pew pew or I'm going to have to brah until I get home so I can sit on this train and get me my robot body. He wants to do the robot and always feel authentic. At the end of the day, don't we all just want to feel real? This episode was kind of cool because I like the fact that they decided to come back and read a book instead of, I don't know, Insta-scrolling. So this episode took me through the ride of the fact that anything can happen to anyone at any time. And Tetsuro's got to be ready. He keeps getting into situations. And of course, you know, the writers, you get hit first and then you're able to react a second later. But Tetsuro is a real one who goes for his people. So the lesson I take away from this week, watch your environment and always go for your people. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is again Mamudu Kargbo. I appreciate it. If you like, subscribe, share this with your friends. Please make sure to give this a thumbs up. It's more than appreciated. And I just want to say thank you for tuning in so far. We're only on episode, 3 or 4? This is amazing. I can't wait for the next one. Please stay tuned and thanks for the experience. Bye.
Who else gon' rhyme like me? Nope.